Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We'd like to say a big howdy to you and welcome you to our 26th Annual Memorial Bluegrass Festival. Thank you. And I've been waiting on this 50 years. This is my 50 years in bluegrass music. My dad built this barn, and of course it don't look like it now, but at that time it was one of the best, if not the best barn in this part of the country, anywhere. And of course we had the loft up here, and there was about, I guess, 4, 5, or 6 stalls here at the petitioned off. And then there's one was a feed room where we kept our feed. So we kept our cows in here, and we kept some horses. And of course, at that time, we didn't know there was such a thing as bathrooms and electric lights, refrigerators, and things like that. And it was, of course, it was rough, but we didn't know anything else. Looks rough and rocky that I travel day by day, but I feel at the end of my journey I'll see the great Milky Way. I cannot sing like an angel and I cannot preach like Paul, but Lord, when you get it ready, I'll try to answer the call. I'm holding here my old banjo. Of course, this is not the one I learned on. I learned on an old backless. It didn't have this resonator on it. And just an old-time banjo that my mother bought for me. She taught me an old tune called Shout Little Luley. Carter was discharged, I believe, around February of 1946, and he was playing with another group, and I was discharged in October of that same year, 16th October. I sung a song with him on the radio before I got home. He picked me up at Bristol at the bus station, took me to the radio station in Norton, Virginia. I joined that band for about 2 weeks, and I didn't like the way everything went, and I told Carter if he wanted to organize her own group, I'd be glad to and would like to, but if I didn't, I wasn't going to play in another band, so we did, organized our own group. We started 1 hour and 5 minutes of a program called Farming Fun Time. Well, I was scared to death. I didn't know what to think. Radio was much more important back then than TV is now, because there were very few radio stations in them days. I believe the first show we played was about 2 weeks after we started that program in Bristol, and we had 2 packed houses on a Saturday night in Belfast, Virginia. And from then on, well, we just couldn't find auditoriums big enough to take care of the crowd. Come, little girl, let's go get married. I love you so great, how can you slide me? I'll work for a year, go play the dirt, at my wedding. Well, we stayed there 3 or 4 years, and of course, you know, you can get tired, you can wear out anything. You can eat too much chocolate pie, and things begin to get a little leaner. So we went to different places. We went to Shreveport, Louisiana, and Huntington, West Virginia, and just Raleigh, North Carolina, and different radio stations. Of course, Carter always did, he was the front man. He did the MC work and all of the front work while I was keeping books and and sort of working in the background, but still I was busy too. And I guess a year before he passed away, sometimes he'd leave the stage and just leave it blank. And if I didn't get up and go up and start talking, why, it was just left blank. Well, he done that. I believe he thought he wasn't going to be around long, and he wanted to sort of get me exposed to it. I am a man of constant sorrow. I've seen trouble all my days. I bid farewell to old Kentucky, the state where I was born and raised. I guess maybe my voice was a little bit more, had more of a mountain sound actually than I did with Carter, and I took the lead singers back to a little bit more back in the mountains, I guess you'd call it.
In 1976, he received the Doctor of Arts degree given to him by the Lincoln Memorial University in Harrogate, Tennessee. In 1984, he's presented with the National Heritage Award given to him by the President of the United States. Give him a nice hand for that.
Thank you. Good, good. Tell them more. Keep bragging on me.
Huh?
Tell them more.
Doing my best.
Keep on.
1993, he received the Best Event in Bluegrass Music for Saturday night and Sunday morning. And this, March of 1994, he was nominated for 3 Grammys. One was with the White Yoakum for Country Collaboration of the Year. He's the first man in bluegrass music ever to be nominated in the country category. Give him a nice hand for that. He's a member of the Bluegrass Hall of Honor and the Bluegrass Hall of Fame. So now, if you would, make welcome one half of the original Stanley brothers, my father, Dr. Ralph Stanley. Give him a nice hand.
I've made a pretty good living, and I doubt if I could get any more work. Well, I know I couldn't, because I get all I can handle now. You know. I've liked this part of the country. I've liked home. I didn't see any use to moving into the big cities. I'd just rather stay right here and be an old timer in the country. Someday our last goodbye on earth will all be over, and the journey of life will be through. But before we say goodbye and the chain of life is broken, will you make